Real talk, the metaphor messiah, man. I got this one. Let's go. You ever seen the morning star? Mr. Metaphor Messiah, back to show you who we are. I represent a legacy, a pothead like the 70s, a different kind of mind. They say we only speak in melodies. Legend in the game, I think I found a solution. Got a crazy kind of flow, I need a verbal institution.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Det on Dave, and we are here live coming at you from Germany. That's right, Deutschland says hello. And we're here just for a nice little fun, relaxing, live viewer questions. Because I know it's been a stressful week for everybody. Everybody's tired. Because as Loverboy said, everybody is working for the weekend. And I know in between of all your rest, relaxation, and inevitable drunken tangents and benders, that sometimes you just want to get some questions answered. You want to talk about whatever's going on in the world. And I'm just the guy to take all of those questions and try to make meaning of them. That's what we do here. So here we are. We're here to give it to you, and I'm going to give it to you the only way that I know how, and that's copiously. So feel free to call in at any time on Skype. David Vancura, DAVID VANCURA, and of course the number 702-751-2902. We're going to be taking your questions and calls on any and everything. We'll take them on Twitter as well, at DeadOnDaveV. You can put it in the chat, and I will answer your questions there as well. But wrestling, sports, pop culture, YouTube. I want to talk about PewDiePie a little bit. I'm going to be talking about him during this broadcast. I'm going to talk about a few wrestling things as well, like Jared King Lawler and the newest Bullet Club edition, Cody Rhodes, and why I don't really give a shit. We're going to talk about all of those things and a hell of a lot more. So I hope you guys are ready, buckled in, buckled up, and strapped on. So we're going to have a good old time tonight, taking your calls, your questions, your comments. And we already have one question already lined up by Makad. First question, how's your mouth and ass after those peppers yesterday? Well, it was not too bad. My mouth actually still hurts. It's the first time that since I started all the pepper stuff that this far after it still hurts. My chin was hurting up until a few hours ago from where I drooled all that shit all over my chin and beard. Aeon, I hope that she's not dead. I hope that she's okay. I hope she's doing strong, man. What a tough chick. What a tough chick, man. Can you believe that shit? 1 hour, both of us sat here staring at each other maniacally as we would not yield and we would not drink milk or take any other respite from the pain of those Carolina Reapers. Absolutely amazing. My butthole, on the other hand, took a pounding today. I mean, absolutely beaten the crap out of by those peppers. It was not good. It was not good. It is what it is. We got through it. Grand Slam 87, which is, of course, Jeff the Huff Huffman in chat says, welcome, Dexter Fowler. Yes. Dexter Fowler has signed with the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, it's a bigger deal because of who he signed with, not really the fact that he left the Cubs. I don't care that he left the Cubs. I think Cubs are going to be fine with Schwarber, Almora. We got Zobrist, who plays the outfield as well. They're fine. You know, Hayward should have a bounce back here. Should be fine. Should be fine. But I don't like Fowler going to St. Louis. That's a huge upgrade for them. They really that does help them out a lot. And God, it's just sucks seeing him in red. God, it sucks seeing him in red. But I'm trying not to be too upset about that. And I just want to touch on that a little bit since Huffman wants to grind it right into my face. Big shout out to everybody who is here joining us live on this wonderful Saturday evening. Sarah Small is here. The Gaming Fault is here. Tambo Computing, Makad, Snark Eye, Grand Slam 87, which is Jeff Huffman. Carl Gibney is here. Doe Fada is here. He's calling for the scarf. The scarf of Dave. Okay, we'll scarf it up a little bit. I gotta be careful with my arm. Well, I don't need to be in the sling as much as I did. I still can't move it like a crazy madman. There we go. There's the scarf for you. Now we're all scarfed up. Assassin MPS is here as well. We're taking everybody's questions, whether it be in the chat, on Twitter at DeadOnDaveV, or calling in on Skype, David Vancura, DAVID VANCURA, and the number 2902. If you don't call in, I'm going to get the hell up out of here. This will be the shortest show ever. Joey Newbeck is here. So is Lucy Gibson. Everybody's here having a good old time hanging out. It's going to be an interesting night, man. We got a few things that I do want to get to. We're going to talk about in and out of the questiones, and we'll see what happens there. Mystery Volley says, I'm playing against the Cubs in Ken Griffey Slugfest on N64. I'll obliterate them. Jesus. Don't obliterate my Cubs. Let's get into talk a little bit about wrestling right now. This is not a wrestling-centric show. This is everything show. Anything that you possibly want to talk about, we will be getting into today. However, let's start with a little bit of wrestling because I do got a couple things on my mind. On the Kevin Cerrito show, which is a local Memphis radio show, I believe it's Memphis. I hope I didn't just butcher that. That my man Dustin Starr, professional wrestler Dustin Starr, who's been on this channel before, he co-hosts the Kevin Cerrito show. They had Jerry the King Lawler on, and they talked about his new role within WWE, which is essentially no role. They phased him out almost completely. And in typical King fashion, very accepting, very understanding, kind of realizing the nature of the beast, realizing that he's getting closer to 70 years old. He's, it's things are not going to get better for him. More opportunities are not going to be dropping on him. And I think he understands that. And that's completely cool with me. I like that he's not trashing anything or anybody. I think he realizes that some of his stuff has dropped off a little bit. And there was a lot of speculation within the company, apparently, reportedly, that for a while there, Lawler was kind of phoning stuff in with his commentary, with stuff that he was doing. It was just he was there in body, but really not much else. And then when he got moved to SmackDown, a lot of people felt like he kind of stepped it up. But the plans were already in motion. He was already being replaced. They were already bringing everybody else into the fold, and he was going to be moved to the pre-show. Now he's not even on that. They brought in a DJ guy to come in and work the pre-shows, which are now only 10 minutes, which, by the way, I think is a good move. Less is more sometimes, and there's already enough programming. You don't need a 30-minute pre-show. Jesus Christ. 10 minutes is perfectly fine. So I have no issues with that at all. But both Lita and Lawler are now gone from the company for all intents and purposes, both on Legends contracts now. They don't have television contracts anymore. Now it's just completely Legends deals, which I'm cool with. I think it's good. They can bring them back in. They can do hosting gigs. I'm sure we'll see them around WrestleMania time. That's completely fine. I think that's all that really needs to happen. It's time to start getting that young blood up in there, and I think it's good for that. So I like that they made the move. I maybe a little bit too late, but I like that they made the move, and I like that on the Kevin Cerrito show today that Jerry Lawler really did go ahead and kind of embrace it and understand where everything was going. So that's pretty damn cool, man. That's pretty cool. Let's see. We got some stuff up in the chat. Let's see what they're saying up in here. The Gaming Fault. Here's a question. Imperial or Nord? Nord or die. Yes, Skyrim, baby. That's all I've been doing today. Sarah Small. I heard a rumor that AJ is moving to Raw. Yes, there is some internal discussions of at the next WWE draft, which apparently could be taking place shortly after WrestleMania, that AJ will be getting in what is being referred to as a promotion to Monday Night Raw. Apparently, AJ has impressed everybody, not just us as viewers, but everybody in the back, including the old man himself. Everybody is absolutely blown away with what AJ Styles has done since entering the company. And Jesus, how could you not be? His mic work is still what we know of AJ to be. It's not always fantastic, but it's certainly not bad. It's certainly up to snuff to be where he needs to be. So there's no problems with that. So I personally would love to see him on Raw, but you got to keep some big stars on SmackDown as well. So maybe Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns for AJ Styles. I'll make that trade. That's what I'm talking about. Gary Phillips, Goldberg. Okay. Chris Cressa. Dave, are you interested in buying Final Fantasy 15? I gotta be honest. It's been a long time since I've played Final Fantasy game. I think I've been basically gone since 12. I think I bought the special edition Xbox 360 Final Fantasy 12. I think I bought that edition. I think. And yeah, I barely even played that. So no, I really don't have a lot of interest in Final Fantasy 15. I'm kind of out of it, to be completely honest. LBFC, what is up, Dave? Me at midnight, hanging out with you guys, the best people I know. Dofada, what is Santa getting you this year, Dave? Well, okay, funny you should ask that question. My wife and I are basically children. We're children. And the cool thing is, we're not children. We are adults. So we don't have to wait till Christmas. And every year, we never make it. We've made it close a couple of times, but we always exchange early. We can't help it. Well, this year, we did our shopping a little bit early because, honestly, we've had a better financial year this year than we have in basically since I was retired from the Army. And so we bought presents for each other early, and they arrived like 3-4 days, like 5 days ago. So we exchanged already, and I'm wearing one of them right now, this wonderful Chewbacca beanie. How amazing is this? And then the Assassin's Creed hoodie that I've been wearing the last few days, sitting over there, that is also a Christmas gift. My wife got some cool stuff as well. She got a couple of hoodies of her own, and today I got her a Superman beanie with a big old bummel on top, and some really badass DC pajamas, man. It has all of the superheroes from DC, all the big ones, on her pants, which is kind of cool. So there you go. There you go. But my daughter, of course, she waits because she's a kid, and that's what we do. Black Mamba, Dave, how do we send you packages? Unfortunately, you don't. It's very difficult. I have an APO. I don't have a PO box. I guess I could get a PO box over here. I believe they have them. I could do that, and maybe I will. I have an APO box, which is on military post, but I can only get a pound of mail, so it kind of defeats the purposes. But I'll tell you, if there's enough people interested in sending shit to me, I'll get a PO box, because I ain't giving you my home address. Bitches. But maybe I will get a PO box, and we'll do some fan mail opening, and someone can send me anthrax or something. I don't know. But remember, you'd be sending to Germany, and it's unbelievably expensive. You got to pay customs. You can't put any drugs or anything in there, so don't even think about that stuff, even though I would love if you smuggled me some weed. But still, probably not going to happen. Joey Newbeck, Dave, Bears or Lions? Bears. I mean, they're going to lose, but I'm a Bear fan, even when they're horrible like this year. Love them. Casey McLaughlin just wanted to show some love to the best. Dead on Dave. Thank you very much. Carl Gibney. AJ Styles is amazing. I agree. LBFC. Do you think the Cardinals will make the playoffs? No, I don't. I think the National League is going to be very much improved of what they were last year. We're going to see some teams make some big strides, and I just don't think the Cardinals have enough. Cubs are not going to. If the Cubs are worse than what they were last year, it's not going to be by much. And honestly, I could see them being a little bit better in some regards. Arrieta might have a bounce back year because, yes, he was good, but he wasn't the Arrieta from 2 seasons ago. So he might be better. Lester showing no signs of dropping off. Hendricks should be better as well. I'm looking forward to see what they're going to do. The bullpen, yes, we lost Chapman, but we're gaining quite a bit in Wade Davis and Uhura as well. I believe that's also the name of someone from Star Trek. But you know what I mean? The Cubs are doing quite a bit. I think they're going to be just fine. So I don't know. If they do, the Cardinals could get the wild card, but I'm not 100% sure on that. We'll see. It's going to be a tough road for them because I don't think anyone in the Central is going to be necessarily markedly better. I think the Brewers might surprise some people, but I do think there's going to be some better teams. But the Dodgers, the Giants should be pretty damn good again. I'm expecting Arizona to be better than what they were last year. The Marlins seem to be taking the strides in the right direction, even without Jose Fernandez. It's going to be interesting. The Nationals should be good at least for one more season. So it's going to be rough. It's going to be hard for them. Braves are probably going to be more competitive than they were last year. Not much, but a little bit more. It's going to be interesting, man. They went and got a bunch of old starters. We'll see what they do. More questions. Okay. All right. Mystery Volley. What is the best Final Fantasy, Dave? 7. Yes, I love 7. Final Fantasy 7 is my favorite Final Fantasy all time. It's a great game. Great game. Still playable to this day. Absolutely love it. Still want to play the remaster, but Final Fantasy 7, man. Great. One of the first games to ever make me cry. The Gaming Fault. Dave, have you seen the leaked pic of the posted Roadblock? Roman doesn't have the U.S. title on it if it's real. I have not seen a recent picture of it. It's possible that it's fake. It's possible that they just didn't necessarily need to put it on there because he's not defending it. Maybe he'll lose it beforehand. You never know. If he loses it beforehand, watch out, get ready to punch a baby because he's probably taking the belt off of friggin' Kevin Owens. That'll make me very sad. Soda I Firsty. Yo, Dave, what up, man? Sarah Small, Army winning the game. I hope they do, but I hate college football, so I don't care. Joseph Landry Pavlon, does Santa want you to give you a balloon? God, you can't fucking talk. Jesus Christ. Assassin, what do you think of President Trump? President-elect Trump, so far, so good. Look, I like that he's causing some waves. He's causing a little bit of turmoil with some obvious call-out things with the Boeing situation. Some of his picks I like, some of them I don't like as far as cabinet is concerned. I love the Linda McMahon pick, not because I'm a WWE mark, but because the woman knows small business very well, man. She's very good with that stuff. She has experience. It's a job that she could do. So I don't think it's necessarily the end of the world. I think he's going to do just a fine job. He's not going to fuck up anything worse than it's already messed up. You know, it is what it is. Makad, nice hat. I know it's Wookiee. It's 100% genuine Wookiee. Fantastic. Joseph Landry Pavlon, Daniel Pinkham, read the chat. Okay. Dofada, Santa hat for the rest of December. I don't have a Santa hat. Maybe if I get one, I will. Maybe I'll buy one. We'll see. Joey Newbeck, Dave, what WWE Hall of Gamer would you like to come back? Hall of Famer? Really only one. I want to see one more Shawn Michaels match. He's my favorite of all time. I'd love to see him and AJ Styles. I'd love to see him and a lot of people. My God. Shawn, HBK. I would also like to see Edge again. I know it's impossible, but I'd love to see Edge. That'd be a lot of fun. Some Hall of Famers I wouldn't mind like getting periodic little moments like The Godfather. I love seeing him. Guys like that. But the big one for me, good old HBK. Ain't not even a question. Not even a question. SF the man. Fuck. Could be chilling with girls, but in my house watching this instead. Well, I'm not going to shut you down. Those girls probably would, so it's okay. Tambo Computing. Dave, if it's not too personal, how does the Vancura family spend Xmas? Oh, okay. Well, no, it's not too personal at all. My wife and daughter are German, and we tend to celebrate rather traditionally. I mean, over here, Christmas is a 3-day event, essentially. It's 24th, 25th, 26th. It's day before, day of, day after type situation. And this year, as would have been the case every other year, we've been spending it with her mother and her brother and her sister and basically her family. So we're going to be doing that again this year. We're going to head over there and I'm going to get fucking drunk. 2 years ago, the video is still on this channel from 2 years ago when I got absolutely obliterated over there. It was an absolute nightmare. We'll be doing that again this year and I'm going to get even more fucked up. But everything else is rather traditional. I mean, whether it be American or German, we watch movies, we open presents, we eat some grub, we do the whole shebang bang. It's just about spending time together. And then as soon as we get our stuff, we spend time apart and play with our stuff. We're like any other family. That's basically the thing. We don't go caroling. We watch a lot of Christmas stuff basically the entire month. Sometimes, hell, last year I spent most of the year watching holiday-themed television shows. So it's just kind of my thing. But there it is. Black Mamba, I want to send you some stuff for the background. Oh, fair enough, man. Fair enough. I will get an APO box, and as long as I actually get some stuff because I don't want to pay for it, I'll keep it open, and then maybe we can get some more stuff for the background. But more stuff is coming anyway, as it always is, because we got Wrestle Crate coming again this month, and who knows what goodies we're going to get. The first block, we got a brand new Stone Cold Steve Austin. He's here to whip your ass, you stupid son of a bitch. Take your ass down to the Broken Skull Ranch, you dirty son of a bitch, you dirty bastard. Stone Cold, Stone Cold. There you go. So that's cool. And hopefully we'll be getting more stuff. So good shit. SF Man, Giants, best NL team. Gary Phillips, favorite pornography star. Oh, God, that's a tough one, man. I got a lot. I love Jodie West. I love the MILF stuff, and I love Jodie West. She's fantastic. Audrey Bytomi, she is so goddamn sexy. Cagney Lynn Carter, she's ridiculously hot. Big old boobies on her. She's great. There's a lot of them, man. A.V. Scott. Love A.V. Scott. Oh, yeah. Who else? There's this old school actress. I believe she died. Sarah Young. Oh, my God. Sarah Young. Holy shit. There you go. Delfada, what were you doing between being released, let go, or whatever the correct term is, from the Army and before YouTube? Okay, well, interesting story. I was actually medically retired from the Army. I wasn't released. I was medically retired. I got hurt in Iraq, and I was medically retired back in 2010. For the first 3 years, I went to college for a little bit until my body wouldn't let me anymore. After the third time of getting taken out of class on an ambulance, I decided that it wasn't going to be for me. Plus, I started having issues with the VA, so they stopped paying for my college due to a snafu with paperwork that had nothing to do with me. Still pissed off about that. We ended up losing our house. We got a house when we got out. We ended up losing it. Wound up on the streets. Had to go live with my mom, who luckily her husband was stationed over here in Germany at the time. So we stayed with my mother for a couple of months until my wife earned enough money to get us back on our feet. Basically, I laid in anguish and got very fat. Got up to about 475 pounds at my worst. That was back in 2013. And then we moved here shortly after that into this newer place. Before, we were living in this 4th floor goddamn attic, converted attic. Awful, awful situation. And I just sat it up there and just smoked some weed for the first time in my life. Smoked weed, ate a lot of food, and waited for death. You know, I was in a very dark place. Very dark place. Hard situation. And I started YouTube. I was doing some YouTube with Tommy C at the time. I was doing some podcasting, I should say. He was doing a little bit of YouTube, and I started Shot from the Point with him here on YouTube. And then we had a falling out. I went away for a little while and was still podcasting on other venues, and then came over to YouTube in 2014. And now I'm here. Ah, yay. Yay. Okay. So now I lost my damn thing. Son of a bitch. Okay. Giants are the best. I want to send stuff for the background. Mets are going to win it all next season. Tambo competing Sarah trying to earn the gifts money. I'm always trying to earn the gifts money. I want to earn that gifts money. Grand Slim 87. I said the Cardinals do make the wild card game. Fowler makes them a few games better. The defense can't be any worse. Waino can't be worse. Plus they get Lynn back and Martinez and Reyes. I don't know. I think you're being a little optimistic, man. That team is not showing any signs. You did lose Carpenter. Yachty doesn't seem to be he's not going to find the fountain of youth. I just don't know if you're going to have enough offense. I really don't. I think offense is going to be a bigger problem than you think. Fowler, he had some great run scorers behind him, man. He had some people who can drive people in all behind him. I don't know if he's going to have that, so we'll see. Let's take our first call tonight, man. This is a viewer questions, a viewer call-in show. 909, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
Hey, it's Jordan Turner. How you doing?
What's up, Mr. Turner? How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I kind of want to ask you a personal question.
Of course.
So with regards to your YouTube journey, and well, first of all, you're doing a great job, so keep up the good work.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
No problem. what got you into talking about professional wrestling and wanting to do YouTube? And with all that in professional wrestling, like, what got you into doing that?
Well, I've always been a big wrestling fan, my entire life.
Yeah.
Since I was a kid, and 4 years old, I remember my dad sitting me out on his couch watching Crockett Cup wrestling. I mean, since then I was hooked. When I first started doing YouTube, I was doing hockey with Tommy, and then I was at the same time I was doing kind of everything type of podcast. I was doing sports and pop, kind of what I'm doing with Nerd and the Jerk. In fact, that's where Nerd and the Jerk started. And then in 2014, I had dabbled in some wrestling stuff on my own, and then I hadn't talked to Tommy in a year, and out of the blue he calls me up, and we're talking, and he's like, well, look, I started working with Joe Cronin, and he's looking for a new guy, and apparently you could be that guy. And then Tommy was going to be doing a Joe Cronin special. He was going to be doing the SummerSlam post show. I think it was SummerSlam that year. Yeah, it was. And he was going to be doing the post show, and he asked me to call in. And I called in. There was just instant chemistry, and they said I did a really good job. And the next thing I know, I started working with Joe Cronin, and we had a great year run. And then that fizzled out and died, and I just kept going, And I just love wrestling. It's something that I can talk about seamlessly and effortlessly.
Yeah.
I just enjoy it. I don't know if I'm right or wrong. That doesn't matter to me. It's something I'm extremely passionate about. So that's basically why.
Because for me, I've been doing my blogging thing. I have a website that I do now, and I talk about wrestling and stuff.
Plug that shit.
Okay, well, everybody listening to me now, I have a website called WrestlingVibes.com, and I talk about similarly everything. Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, NXT. I talk about a lot of Lucha Underground. I'm getting into now talking about ROH now. So if you guys want to check that out, WrestlingVibes.com, and make sure you follow me on Twitter at Jordan Turner JT. Greatly appreciate that.
Good shit.
It's hard for me because I feel like what I'm doing on my website, I love it. I love talking about wrestling. And it's funny for me because I don't have a lot of motivation because there's not a lot of bloggers out there that kind of talk about wrestling. So I kind of have to look at you guys, the YouTube guys, the JD from NY, the Joe Cronin, the Dead on Dave, which is you. And then you guys kind of motivate me to get through everything in regards to talking about that, because it sucks because I don't really have the bloggers out there. There's not a lot of bloggers out there that talk about wrestling. And then now I'm working for No DQ. So I've been working for No DQ for about, say, 3 months now. So I think
congratulations.
That's a good thing. Yeah, thank you very much. So it's pretty tough because it sucks because I feel like I'm doing a great job, but then there's not a lot of people that go to my website, which kind of sucks. But I hear people telling me that it's just going to take time. And I know for YouTube, that probably took a while. And
it's a grind, man. I mean,
exactly.
With any type of creating, with any type of doing stuff, it's a grind. Wrestling is very ebb and flow. Even the top guys that do it on YouTube, even the top websites, they all have times where the traffic just goes down. And this year has been kind of rocky, man. There's the entire industry is down right now. It's just down. There's signs of improvement, but the reality is, and I don't know if you're a fan, and I honestly, I don't care at this point, but this has to be fucking said. Lucha Underground sucks. It's fucking unwatchable. It's unfucking watchable. I tried the other day again. I was like, every now and then I get this. I'm like, okay, am I a cock? Am I just an asshole? Should I give Lucha Underground a chance? Did I ever give it a proper chance? So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to sit down. I'm going to open mind. I'm going to watch it. And then the first thing I fucking see is something unbelievably. It's the wrestling. It's not good. They're top guys. They're top 2 or 3 guys that they have. Fantastic. I'll watch Johnny Mundo all fucking day long. But God, when you get into the lower stuff, it's just not there. And TNA is dying an incredibly slow death, and they fucking think this apocalypto, this total nonstop deletion is going to save it. It looks like a goddamn circus. And here's the reality. Nobody's watching the product anymore. Once again, had another 14% drop last week in the viewership. Nobody's watching. They might get a little bit of a bump because people, all the goddamn hipster douches who want to actually defend total deletion, total nonstop deletion, and final deletion, and all these things.
Yeah.
And defend that it's actually good, which I can't fucking believe that anybody with actual sensibilities in their head could sit there and watch them shoot fireworks at each other and say this is good in the context of wrestling. There's not been one good match in that shit. The fights, they look terrible. They're cut weird. It's awful, man. It's like it's pulling teeth to get through it. And I'm tired of having to sit there and just kind of bite my tongue because every time I say something bad, people are like, oh, you're just a fucking WWE market. Oh, you don't know, man. That's bullshit. If it sucks, plain and simple. And it's just not entertaining. Yeah. And people are so desperate because WWE has, changed, which is not even true. It's just not your demographic anymore. We've gotten old. I don't know, man. It's just frustrating. What else you got, dude? I'm going to take another caller.
I wanted to get your opinion on the Royal Rumble and who are you going for to winning the 2017 Royal Rumble?
Finn Balor.
Who's your pick?
Finn Balor is my pick. Right now, Finn Balor is my pick. That's who I got. If not Finn, Bray Wyatt, I think, is a strong contender. Yeah. Very, very strong contender. And I wouldn't be surprised if something wonky happens, something crazy. And I don't know, man. I just have a feeling that somehow, some way, AJ Styles is going to lose the belt before Royal Rumble and then win the Rumble. I don't know. I just have this feeling that they want to give him that moment. I'm just shooting. But Finn Balor is my number one pick right now.
I'm going to choose Bray Wyatt because of what's going on with the Wyatt family. Maybe they kind of help him win the Rumble, and then maybe Orton turns on him, which I definitely see Orton turning on Bray Wyatt soon.
I don't know about soon. I think they're going to ride this out. It's working. It's really, really captivating what they're doing. I love what they're doing. I also think two other dark horses, and maybe not technically dark horses would be the wrong term, but don't discount Samoa Joe or even possibly Shinsuke Nakamura in the my answer to almost everything is Shinsuke. I see Samoa Joe very, very soon. Shinsuke, probably not, but he'll have a match. Yeah. He's going to be wrestling at the San Antonio event the day before Royal Rumble. If depending on the momentum, they can easily put him in that match, and who knows what's going to happen. I think people are not really anticipating enough of just how big Shinsuke is going to be on the main roster. He's going to be fucking huge.
Yeah, and I feel like there's some people on there that's like, oh, he's Asian, so like Vince McMahon doesn't like those type of guys. So when he goes up to the main roster, he's gonna flatten shit.
The guy just sees money, man. He just sees money.
I think Asuka's gonna do good too.
Asuka's gonna be great. They're bringing in. I mean, they wanted hell. If fucking Hideo Itami wouldn't have got hurt, we'd be in the middle of his push right now. They really wanted to get on his bandwagon, but he got hurt. There's nothing you could do about that. So you got his situation. They want the Golden Star so goddamn bad, but he just will not fucking sign full time. Okada is definitely a possibility as well. I mean, they want Japanese stars. I mean, Tajiri's coming back.
Do you think that they're going for that demographic?
Well, I think they're going for the big wrestlers. I think they're going for the best talent in the world. That's why they brought in Tozawa. That's why Tajiri's coming back. That's why they're going after the guys that they continue to go after, because I think that right now they are transitioning into trying to find the best in-ring talent that they can find. Yeah,
I feel like it's not all about the big guys anymore.
I just read an article earlier today, about how there is a big backlash in the back against bigger wrestlers. Like, they're going completely opposite now. They really want to hinge a lot of their future on, like, the 205ers.
That's what we've been complaining about. That's what we've been saying. Like, enough with the big guy mentality. Like,
I don't have a problem with big guys, though. I think that big guys are always going to have a place in wrestling. I think it's unfortunate that guys like Ryback didn't really get a real big shot with the crowd. Same thing. Braun Strowman seems to be getting past that regardless, because I think people see that there is something a little bit special about the guy. But I like big guys. I always have, but the small guys are exciting. It's a different style of wrestling, man.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. I'm going to let you get to the next caller.
All right, man. Hey, I appreciate the call, buddy.
My call always.
No problem, man.
Yeah, man. Take care now.
Take it easy.
All right, man.
Mr. Turner, everybody. Assassin, MPS, Witcher, Skyrim. Skyrim. Easy. LBFC 17. What do you think of Ring of Honor? I loved Ring of Honor, 2004, 2006, all that time period. I think now it's more about their image from before than it is what they're actually doing currently. I think that having the Bullet Club all over the world is not necessarily a good thing. I think they get the least of it, the least of the best of the Bullet Club, which I think this is the weakest iteration that they've had, even with the inclusion of Cody Rhodes. I believe this is the weakest iteration of the Bullet Club to date. But that being said, it's even more watered down on Ring of Honor than it is anywhere else. You know, I do like some of the people that they have. Jay Lethal really impresses the shit out of me. But, you know, highlighting Mike Bennett didn't do anything for me. Maria was the star of that. I'm not a big Mike Bennett guy. I don't think he's doing very well in TNA either. It's just, they're few and far between now for me. Ring of Honor is okay, but their production value is still fucking horrible. Still horrible. Let's take another call. 931, it's time to get old school. What you got for me?
The question I've had for a long time, and it's something odd even for me. How did all this begin for you?
What?
How did Dead on Day Productions start?
I kind of already told that story like 10 minutes ago.
I just woke up from a bender like 5 minutes ago.
I just told that goddamn story. Oh my God. Good Lord.
Man,
all right.
sorry,
So no, it's fine. You awkward son of a bitch. Back in like 2012, 2013, Tommy C and I started Shot from the Point together. I was doing a lot of other things, other podcasting like Podbender, Podomatic, stuff like that. I was doing basically Nerd and the Jerk. Basically, that's what I was doing, and I was talking about sports and wrestling as well. 2014, I hooked up with Joe Cronin. It's also when Tommy and I started talking again, and the first thing we did was we hitched in there with Joe Cronin. I started working with him, worked with him for a little over a year, and now I'm still just doing my thing over here. Boom, in a nutshell. I get a little bit more in depth to it earlier, so you can go back and listen to that. Or you can listen to the 15,000 other times that I've told this story, old school, Matt. Holy shit.
Let's say, I really only know your history with Cronin because, for fuck's sake, I was there for
yeah, I know, but
it.
I've told this story a million times. You drink too much. That's your problem. You're forgetting stuff because you're perpetually wasted.
I won't deny that in the least.
When was the last drink that you had? How long ago? How many hours? Hopefully hours, not minutes.
Well, let's see. I'd say about 8 hours ago, I drank about a bottle and a half of pineapple rum.
Wait a second. Now I have another problem. Pineapple fucking rum? Who drinks fucking pineapple rum? Why you're... So I can't imagine that you're sitting in your hearse drinking pineapple rum. Now, whiskey in your hearse, that would be amazing.
I drink pineapple rum because pineapple juice is easily my favorite non-alcoholic drink.
Okay.
And I just really like it with rum.
Pineapple rum, fuck it, man. Okie dokie. That's some wild shit, old school, man.
And hell, I don't drink beer.
Oh man, you know it's so you just sit there with like a jug of pineapple rum and just drink it all day long.
No, I don't buy the jugs. I just buy bottles.
You remind me of my buddy, man. I had this buddy in the Army. His name was Harriman, and we called him the wet blanket because he was just absolutely no fun. No fun. Wherever he went, the fun fucking stopped. What this guy would do, he'd come over to my house and he would bring bottles of Baileys in his pockets, and then he would sit on my couch and drink it straight out of the bottle for hours. What the fuck? That's what you remind me of with pineapple fucking rum. Amazing. Amazing. At least it's not like, at least it's not martinis though, because at least you're not being pretentious about it.
I mean, it's not the fact that I don't drink beer. I can't.
Why?
I'm allergic to hops.
You're allergic to hops? What are you, fucking Millhouse? I'm allergic to mistletoe, holly, the red part of candy canes. Who the fuck's allergic to hops? What happens if you have a hop?
My throat closes up.
That's not good. So basically death. Death comes for you if you drink too much hops.
Pretty much.
What else has hops? Does everything else have hops?
Lord help me. The only thing I know for a fact is beer, and that's why I avoid it.
Stay away from beer. Boom. There you go. Holy shit. Dude, what other weird allergies do you have?
This may not be an allergy, but I'm albino.
You're actually albino. Like, you've said this to me before, but like pink eyes, you're albino.
I've got the skin condition. I've got the no pigment whatsoever anywhere.
I want a motherfucking picture. Selfie right goddamn now. Tweet me a selfie. I want to see albino fucking Matt. That's what I want to see. You brought it up so I can make fun of it.
After this, I'll DM you a picture.
Sweet. Do you wear a lot of dark clothing to accentuate the albino-ness?
Actually, yeah. Not to mention when I wear white, I look like a corpse.
Now, how white? Are we talking like Grim Reaper from Bill and Ted's type fucking white? Is that how white we're talking about? Like powder white?
No, we're talking about... I really don't know how to describe this because I say my white is the absence of all dark color in my skin.
That is kind of the definition of fucking white.
And at least with the hair, at least with my hair, it's been wearing off in the last several years.
What is your hair like? Stark white, like fucking, like children?
No, my hair is a very, very light shade of blonde.
Interesting.
The only colored hair on my body is my goatee.
Well, then you're not full albino, then, man.
And even that didn't start happening until the last couple of years.
You got like Michael Jackson skin disease and shit?
No. I'll never be creepy bleach blonde white.
How many years ago did this happen?
Well, let's see. The goatee started coming in really red about last year.
Right around the time when your girlfriend fucking shocked you with a taser.
So who knows? She may have shocked the albino
She
out of me.
fucking shocked the albino. She shocked color into your system. Go get a goddamn another stun gun. Have her tase your balls with it. Tase your goddamn balls and let's see what happens. You need to create a channel of where you're getting tased every day as a social experiment to see if color change happens. How amazing would this be? We're going to revolutionize the market. Just send me a check. Just send me a check.
Sure thing, Dave. I'll give you half.
There we go. Well, right now it's half of 0, which is 0, if my math is correct, and I think it is. But good stuff. You got anything else for me, Matt? I can only make fun of your albinoism for so long, because now I feel bad.
No matter what you say to me, I know I will always be less awkward and creepy than Pittsburgh boy.
Well, maybe not less awkward, but you are certainly far less of a pain in my fucking dick. Oh my God. I mean, like, you are comfortable compared to some of those sons of bitches. You're way high on the pecking order as far as favorites go. You know I love you to death, old school Matt.
Same here, Dave. Same here.
Take it easy, buddy. You have yourself a good night. Old school Matt the albino, apparently. Holy shit. Anybody else has some stories they want to tell me about themselves so I can make fun of it, please go ahead and call in. How good would that be? Tambo Computing Dave, same as Mamba. I have some posters and such I would find more fitting home with your compared to sitting in boxes here. Fallout posters in WWE. Hell yeah, Tambo, send that shit. SF Man LMAO. Dave knows so many porn stars. Oh, I didn't even scratch the surface, buddy. I probably know more male porn stars than I should know. Like 4 or 5. That's more than I probably should know. But hey, if I'm watching a chick, I want to watch her get pounded. Yeah. And I'm just saying. Joseph Landry Pavlon, Riley Reed. There you go. Oh, shit. Now I lost the whole fucking thing. I lost everything. I was trying to go back from the beginning. Oh, well. 917, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
What's up, Dave? Do you think, first question I got, do you think Cesaro should turn heel, man?
They've gone this way, for a while now. I'm not sure. It's like, I don't think you've worked so hard to get where you are with Cesaro. Why ruin that now? So no, I don't think you need to go heel turn with him. I guess it's an option, but it's starting to work with Sheamus. It's getting interesting. So why mess with that?
Okay. I guess I can. The reason I bring it up is because when the gimmick that he debuted with seemed like it was doing well, and I don't think he had a lot of momentum. He hasn't recovered since changing his gimmick. The music worked, the international soccer player thing worked, and then now he's just kind of. I watched some of his stuff on Indies when he was Claudio, and it seemed right along with what he was doing when he debuted, and it was really good. And then now,
well, he's the same wrestler. I mean, his wrestling hasn't changed at all. In fact, he's opened up more and he's gotten better, I feel, in the last couple of years since he's made the change. The biggest problem with him when he was the throwback type wrestler who spoke 4 or 5 different languages and shit, and he had Oksana with him, or whatever her name was, it was boring. It just didn't work. I mean, he had no personality, it felt like, and the crowd just didn't get behind it. That started to change when he won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. It seemed like good things were coming. The next night, they fucked it all up by putting it with Heyman. It just didn't work. Now, he's got back to that whole era of just being the best wrestler out there whenever he takes the ring, and it's worked for him. And he's had this awkward thing with Sheamus for a while. It's starting to pay some dividends. I don't really see a need to go back to things that didn't work before. And while you may have enjoyed it personally from a bigger picture standpoint, it wasn't drawing. He's got Cesaro section stuff now, and it's all because of that stuff in the past didn't work. So I think we got here naturally.
Did you hear that Lucha Underground is going to be in your country on TNT?
It's going to be on here in Germany?
Yeah, TNT Germany.
No, I didn't.
Do you think that that's a sign of that it's growing? And where do you see Lucha Underground and Ring of Honor, for that matter? I want to throw them in there in the next 5 to 10 years.
Ring of Honor is probably not going anywhere. Ring of Honor is going to continue to be Ring of Honor. If it has to go away from the TV deals, then it might, and just continue to be what it was before. Lucha, the only reason why Lucha they're not financially viable. They're not. They stopped posting their ratings. It's like you can't even find their ratings anymore. At least I can't anymore, because they don't even put them out anymore. The only reason why they're still around is because they're funded for, I believe it was either 7 or 10 television seasons. They were funded for that length. And that was after like season 2. That's when all that other shit got authorized. So it's going to be around for a few more seasons. I don't know if it's going to last beyond that. I mean, their production costs are not very high. I don't know. It doesn't seem like a lot of people are giving a shit, but maybe I'm wrong. I honestly don't know. It's too early to tell with them. I would like to think that it's not going to gain a foothold because people are simply not going to buy into the nonsense that comes with Lucha. But, that's just me. They got some really great stars down there. There's a few really, really great stars, but it's not a very deep roster. I think that's the biggest problem with Lucha is it's just not a deep roster. And Lucha Libre style wrestling is a tough sell on television. It takes, when it's traditional Lucha Libre, it's a little bit slower to set up to get to those big spots. And I think that it does have a little bit of a problem translating the television, especially with the low camera angle that they like to use quite often. You just see a lot of slop, a lot of misses. And to me, when you see that, it was the same problem that SmackDown was having when they really were going low with the camera there for a while. Now they've changed that, if you've noticed. It takes you out of the action. When you have that low angle and you're seeing all the misses, it just takes everything out and you can't connect. At least that's what did it for me. I mean, all the wacky storylines were enough to drive me away, but it was really the in-ring product that did drive me away.
Okay. And my last question is Miz versus Danny Bryan. That's a feud that's been going on for the better part of 6 years when you think about the fact that they've had issues with each other since
the day came in. Yeah, since the day Dan Bryan came into the company. Yeah.
Is that like the biggest long-term modern feud we've seen in history?
Well, since it's never really been an actual feud, like they really haven't had an actual long-standing like series of matches and stuff like that. Probably not. As far as Bad Blood, 6 years is quite a long time. But I think there are guys that's had even longer than that. I mean, you look at guys like Triple H and Shawn Michaels had a very long feud. I mean, it felt like it dragged on forever and ever and ever. There's a bunch of guys. Undertaker, Mankind seemed to go on for an eternity. This is definitely up there. If they have an actual match, I think that we can start talking about it a little bit more in terms of true feud, rivalry, but I don't know if it's ever going to happen.
Okay. Well, thanks for taking my call, man.
Hey, no problem, man. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for calling in, buddy. Have a good night.
No problem.
Good stuff. We are taking your calls live on Skype. David Vancura, DAVIDVANCURA. And, of course, number 702-751-2902. I see my man Andre Corbiel's up in the chat. And, of course, he comes in right when I was talking earlier about how much I hate Lucha Underground. Of course. My God. And he loves Lucha. Andre Corbiel thinks that it is the best wrestling product in the world right now. I vehemently disagree. But I got to be honest. I do got to give it a little bit more of a chance. I don't watch it very often. I certainly don't watch it frequently. I probably watch a couple segments a week. But it's just because I can't sit through it. I can't do it. I try. My God. I do everything I can. But it's good stuff. I see lurking Aeon's in the chat. Aeon's alive, people. Oh, my girl Aeon, she's alive. I'm very glad that she's alive. I was very worried about her. But she's alive, and that's good. That's good. Pipe Guy 46-bit says, pineapples are good on pizza. No, they are not. Really not. I'm trying to look up in the chat. Andre Corbiel, Bailey's is the bomb. Not when you're drinking straight up out of the bottle, man. I don't know. I don't know. Not good. Looks like we got some... Andre Corbiel's going after somebody in the chat about ring size. Remember, it's not about the size of the ring. It's what you do with it. I'd love to know more about that shit. Call in, Andre. Somebody call in. Have some fun with me, man. Have a good old time. Dofati, y'all sleeping on ICW. There's nothing wrong with ICW. Look, if you like indies, ICW is perfectly fine. There's a lot of great indie promotions right now. So, you know, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Okay, Old School Matt says, Ion, tell Dave that, please. Tell Dave what? Oh, tell me what. I want to know. Call in, Ion. I want to know. I see Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah is up in the chat. How you doing, Real Talk, my man? If you noticed at the beginning of the show, we're starting off with Morning Light, which is off of Real Talk's latest album, Black Mozart. Make sure you guys are checking that out. Absolutely amazing. Let's bring her in. My good buddy. She survived last night. Holy God. It's the one. It's the only. It's the probably mumbling Ion. How you doing, Dal?
How about you?
I'm okay. My chin was still burned up pretty good. My mouth still hurts, which this is new. That it's hurt this long. 24 hours after. That's
well.
Never
I mean,
we
did chew on two of them, so I mean, that's kind of to be expected.
And we almost did a third. If it comes down to it again, whether it be you, me, or somebody else, whatever the case may be, if we tie through two and we decide to go a third, the third gets swallowed. Full on swallowed.
Yeah, that sounds like a good rule in all honesty.
Because you and I just would have sat there staring at each other for the next 2 hours, you know? We were not giving in.
Yeah, we would have. Old School Matt wanted me to make sure you knew that he is an alcoholic albino with a hearse and a taser-happy girlfriend.
He is one of the weirdest people I've ever met in my life.
I want a hearse. That was like the car I always wanted was a hearse.
He has one, man. It's 100. He's called me from his show. He's called in on this show from his hearse in the past, but he got kicked out of the house. His girlfriend wouldn't let him in. And you know what? If you have a taser packing girlfriend, you're probably not getting back in the house. It's just kind of how it goes.
I kind of want to know why his girlfriend tasered him.
Oh, I can't. It was something stupid too. I can't remember the exact story. She's also almost got him in the fight with people a few times too. Like the story that he used to tell, it's crazy. He stopped telling stories about his girlfriend. That's how crazy they are. I never hear him talk about. Oh, maybe he doesn't have his girlfriend anymore.
No, I think he still does.
I hope so.
He's sad that everyone's against him about the hearse, but I'm with him. I always wanted to grab a hearse because I'm dead on the inside.
No, you're not dead on the inside. You know why a hearse is great? Ecto-1. That's why. Do people forget that the Ghostbusters vehicle was a hearse? Come on, man.
I was thinking more when I think hearse, I think of the Addams Family, and then I think of Ghostbusters, and then I think of dead people. So
Jesus, you're very you're dark. You're very dark.
I know. I just now recently regained all feeling in my teeth. My teeth were numb.
Oh, were they?
And my other favorite part was I put it on my Twitter about how like I haven't had any negative repercussions of the peppers, and then like immediately 10 minutes later I had to go to the bathroom.
I was just about to ask because I don't get to ask women this very often and not feel awkward. I feel I can ask this question: how is your butthole?
It is actually not too bad. It was mostly just like, you know that that feeling you get when like, you know that like if you don't hit the toilet within like the next 5 minutes, something bad's gonna happen to your pants. At
least like you got a 5-minute warning. I wasn't even getting that. I basically my anus was like, you need to sit here until I tell you to move.
Yeah, and like I feel like I still can't feel like because most of my chewing was on the right side of my face, so like my right cheek is still numb. It's tingling and it's making me mad. I didn't lose the flavor of those nasty ass peppers until like about like this afternoon. It was seriously the worst thing I've ever eaten in my life.
It was pretty bad, man. I agree. It was rough. But you know what? People supported the hell out of us yesterday. They donated $150 to the channel, which is amazing. We really do appreciate that. I think you guys are incredible for all the support that you give this channel on a daily basis. And that was all you, man. People have seen me eat those peppers a million times, but seeing you in there, it captivated people's attention. So thank you so much for that.
I think it might have captivated them because I put like a tissue on my head and start screaming at one point.
You did wear a tissue for a while, like a yarmulke. That was good. That was a great moment. You also were screaming at me to drink milk for a while. That was also scary, but I was able to get past it. I was terrified, but you know, I got through it.
I think instead of like having too many physical effects, like my brain just shut down. I was like, we made fun of Real Talk for like looking like a penguin in the Discord afterwards at one point, and I kind of just kept spinning on that. I feel bad. Real Talk is the best though.
Real Talk is the man. I agree with that. It was an experience. Is it something that you are going to do again?
Unless somebody convinces me, and it's not because of the heat. Like the heat I could handle. The flavor was disgusting. I've eaten so much nasty, weird shit, and that was the worst thing I've ever eaten. It tasted terrible.
On the spiciness scale, is it the spiciest thing you've ever had?
I gotta say, yeah. Before then, I think the spiciest thing I ever had was I ate a scorpion pepper.
Yeah.
But it was like diced up really nicely, and it was in like a bunch of tacos.
Oh, okay.
That burn just lingered, but the Carolina Reaper is like the most intense.
It very intense. You know what I want to try? You can't find them. You can get them expensive as shit on eBay. I want to do the one chip challenge, man. Have you seen that?
No, what's that?
It's a chip made from a Carolina Reaper. It's a tortilla chip made out of a Carolina Reaper. And when you order it, you get one chip and it comes in a coffin.
I wonder if it tastes as shitty as the I'm sorry, I just Googled the pictures.
Apparently people like it.
Reaper.
A lot of people like the taste of it, man. A lot of people like the taste of the Carolina Reaper.
It does not taste good. These people are insane. I'd eat the chip just to see if there was like a taste difference, but and honestly, like it just tasted disgusting.
It was pretty bad last night. There was no
It was
question. But you're a damn warrior. You are a warrior. You are Xena. You are this channel's Xena from now on. Also, while I have you here, I'd like to introduce everybody to the latest member of the Nerd and the Jerk family. That's right. Aeon is going to be our television and movie guru. She's going to be doing at least one segment per show, which we're going to be upping our shows too. I have not talked to you about that yet, but we're going to be going from once every 2 weeks to at least 3 shows a month and possibly every week. Jake Link is ready to step this shit up, and I am too. I can't wait, man. Nerd and the Jerk all the time, and Aeon's going to be a part of it, and I cannot wait for that. So I'm excited. Are you excited about that?
I'm excited. I'm a little bit nervous too, just because like love phones is one. Although like this is gonna be more comfortable because it's a subject I'm way more skilled in all honesty, because I practically live watching movies and TV shows repeatedly.
I'm way more comfortable with television than I am sex. Yes, you know what? That is becoming a modern theme of the 2000s. But you know what? Next week is actually a perfect time for you to join, because all of the mid-season premieres or mid-season finales are coming up. So lots to talk about next week. That's going to be incredible.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and at the same time, I hate the holiday times because I don't have anything to watch.
Well, I haven't watched anything. I've been like the last 6 weeks, I've just stopped watching all my shows, so I'm just going to catch up on all of them during the break.
Yeah, I guess that's one good way to spend your break. I need to catch up on Ash vs. Evil Dead. I'm like 3 episodes behind.
Oh, I'm like 4 episodes back. The last one I saw was when the car got possessed. That was awesome.
I saw the episode after that, and then like I don't know what happened. I just stopped watching it.
I'm a Bruce Campbell fucking super fan. I love Bruce Campbell.
Best. Oh my god.
Have you ever seen Bubba Hotep?
No, I have not.
Oh my god, you gotta go watch Bubba Hotep. It's on my
list of shit to watch at some point.
It's incredible. You could skip Man with the Screaming Brain, but Bubba Hotep. Oh,
I have Screaming Brain.
That movie sucked.
Yeah, it did.
I hate saying that about my man Bruce Campbell, but that movie sucked.
I mean, he did the best he could, but I don't know. Like, I know it's like it's kind of like a slapsticky film, and I don't like slapstick very much.
Yeah, it is very slapsticky.
There's very few movies or shows where if the theme is slapstick, I like it. Also, you know, it was a Sci-Fi Channel movie, so what are you fucking expecting?
That's very true.
Even Bruce Campbell can't think anything Sci-Fi shits out.
That's right. I'm the problem, not Ash. It was my fault. The whole thing. I should have expected less.
No, the Sci-Fi Channel is just terrible. They can't make a movie.
It's pretty bad. Well, you know what? Those damn Sharknado movies. People love that shit. For some reason.
God.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, those are so shitty. There's like one scene where a shark like flies out of a tornado and a guy like slices it in half with a chainsaw and like
the guy from 90210, dude. Come on, Ian Ziering. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's just sci-fi got that right with just the cheesy strangeness.
It's so good. People in the chat are saying that we should do the one chip challenge. Well, here's the deal. I'm not buying one. I'm not dealing with it, the customs and all that. I'm not dealing with it. If somebody wants us to do the one chip challenge, you can send it. You could buy one, send one to Ion. You can contact her and figure out how, if she wants to give you an APO or a PO box, whatever. You can figure that shit out. Or, and then you can contact me and then we'll do the same. We'll figure out how you'll get me one. But that is how I'm just not dealing with it. If people want to buy it for me, I'll take it. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, I mean, like I do that. The only thing, like I don't ever want to eat those peppers again unless like somebody begs me to do it. Just because like I wanted to vomit during that challenge just because the taste was that disgusting.
Do you see why the price went up? Do you see why for another pepper I asked for $100?
Yeah.
Because they're fucking awful. They're just horrendous. We did the first one cheap.
Disgusting.
They do. We did the first one cheap, but I knew if we were going to go to a second, when you weren't breaking and we had to go to a second, I was going to get us $100, and I can't believe we got it. That was incredible.
Yeah, and I'm very confident that if we would have gotten like onto third and even swallowed it, neither of us would have broken.
I think one of us probably would have threw up, and it might have been me.
It would have been you.
It probably would have
obviously.
been me. I don't know. I think you were close. I think you were close to yakking a couple of times.
The flavor did kind of, although it was mostly just I kept like hacking up drool. It was just so much drool.
It was a lot. It was copious amounts of drool. That is true.
Yeah, I kept having to like get tissues because I was like, if this gets on my chin, I'm not gonna feel my chin all day. And there's like one little part of my chin that's numb, and it's still numb.
My chin just stopped hurting a couple hours ago. Just stopped hurting.
I'm glad like nothing's hurting. It's just like this preceding numbness and tingling in some parts.
It's pretty awful.
And then I had the worst sore throat this morning too.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because I think it was from like swallowing the juices of death.
Death's juices. You know that I'm a child and I have to like giggle like a fucking school kid there.
Oh, that's okay.
Aeon, thank you so much. You got anything else for me before I'm going to try and get a couple more calls and I'm going to get up out of here?
I hope one day you break.
I will never break. Not when it's a challenge. I found something deep inside of myself that I didn't know I had anymore, and you brought that out. So thank you, Aeon.
You're welcome. I'm still mad he didn't break, but
I never break.
Gotta respect that. Not a lot of people can keep up with me when it comes to challenges most of the time. Because, as you can see, I'm stubborn and slightly insane. I want to win.
Yes, you are both of those things. And you know what? I fucking love you for it. It's amazing.
Thanks.
All right, talk to you later. Aeon, everybody. Aeon. Hey, before we go too much farther here, I do want to do something. I want to give my esports team a shout out. That's right. Dead on Dave has an esports team. Holy shit. Can you believe it? I don't play because I'm awful and I'm old, but Bear has an esports team and they have asked me to be the owner manager of said team. I have agreed, and here it is. Team Copious is a thing. Team Copious in the Smite world. Yes, my team plays Smite, and here is a graphic made by the one and only Guncannon. Thank you so much for knocking this out like you always do. The lineup is pretty damn awesome. We got Pelican, spelled Pelic4N. He is the ADC. Harazon is support. Super Sheikah is the mid. I Am Bear plays the jungle position, and Ultra Rose is the solo. There's also two subs. Momogon and Ms. Fit are the substitute team members for Team Copious. They have their first tournament coming up next weekend, December 18th. It's the Eager Saturnalia, and it's going to be a tourney that's basically celebrating the upcoming Smite World Championship. First prize gets $2,000. Second is $1,500. Third is $1,000. And fourth is $500. Fifth through eighth also gets in-game currency. And these guys are in the brackets. It's a 16-team tournament, and they are up in it. Team Copious taking over the esports world. And thank you, Bear, for giving me this opportunity to own one. It's amazing. I'm so happy. I'm so stoked. I'm going to find out where you guys can watch that live stream and all of that good stuff so you guys can keep up on all of the esports action if you're a fan of Smite. Bear's team is going to dominate. It's coming. Team Copious going to kick everybody's asses. I can't friggin' wait. Oh, it's good stuff. All right, let's take a couple more calls. If you got some calls, now's the time. I see everybody up in here. Real talk. Swallowing the juices. Right. The gaming fault's here. So's Tambo Computing. The chips are sold out, Dave. I know, it's unfortunate. Sarah Small is hanging out. So is Old School Matt. We are all going to hell, probably. Probably. The Gaming Fault. Can't eat anything spicy. Not good. Sarah Small, Ion, you are awesome. She really is. Absolutely love her to death. Tambo Computing. It's a mouth lava that lives in a tree and eats raw or cooked. There you go. Larva. Good stuff. All right. So last chance for romance, kids. If you got something you want to talk about, now's the time. Call in on Skype. David Vancura, David Vancura. Or, of course, the number 702-751-2902. We've already been on for 70 minutes. I can't believe it. It just feels like I just got on a couple of seconds ago. But I love talking with you guys so much, so let's keep this party going. We'll go as long as we get the phone calls. We were bringing in a call, but he hung up. Nothing I can do about that. If you hang up on me, what can I do? But it's great. I love you guys so much for calling in and supporting as much as you do. If you guys want to donate to the channel, you can do so in the description box below. Just click the link and you'll get a nice message on the screen. And a Chewbacca. I feel like Ryback. Chewbacca yell and a little bit of Fry mooning. That's right. Fry will moon yo ass. And this chair's about to break. That's not good. Uh-oh. I got to be really careful. This chair's about to break. Oh, don't break. Ow. I can't because my arm hurts. Oh, that sucks. Mark Parrish, talk about the new signees. Send me all the new signees because I haven't seen anything official on any of the new signees yet. So you send them to me and I'll talk about them. I don't really care though. I got to be honest. Death Chicken, shove a Carolina Reaper up your anus, Poppy. That's not very nice. That's not nice at all. The Gaming Fault, Evil Dead 2 or Army of Darkness? Army of Darkness. I love Evil Dead 2, don't get me wrong, but Army of Darkness. It's all about Army of Darkness. This is my boomstick. Come on, man. Hail to the king, baby. Oh, it's so good. Oh. I love Bruce Campbell. He's the man. He is the man. And I love Ash vs. Evil Dead. If you haven't seen it, it's fantastic. This chair is going to break, and it's going to be hilarious. That's the one thing. This will be hilarious. Guncannon's in the chat, the guy who's doing all the amazing graphics for me right now. Thank you so much, Guncannon, for your tireless efforts. I do appreciate it. And that's good stuff. I think that we're going to wrap it up. I think we've got to all your calls, questions, comments, concerns, and all of that good stuff, but I think it's time to go. Every time we say goodbye, I laugh a little. Every time we say goodbye, I die a little. I'll die and cry. I fucked it up. Every time. I think that's Sideshow Bob. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, thank you guys very much for joining me right here on Dead on Day Productions. We had a great time. It was absolutely fantastic. And we're going to get up out of here. Stupid N-Word says, Dave, if you were to have a son, what name would you bestow upon him? Personally, I think Alex would be a good fit. No. Think about your life choices, dickhead. Actually, if I had a son, Logan. All right. Oh, wait. Let's get one more call. Let's get one more caller in. Hold on. We're going to get one more caller. Tried, and he hung up. I don't know what to tell you. We tried. To get your numbers, but you didn't stay on. We're going to try one more. Oh, God. I'm going to take a chance here. Unknown phone number. You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? And he hung up. Oh, it looks like my Skype is telling everybody to go shit. Let's restart. Maybe that's the problem. Let's restart Skype. Skype is having an issue. Let me restart Skype, and I will try to take your calls. Restart the Skype. Return of the Mac once again. All right, we're going to try one more time. Let's see if we take this call. Let's see if it works. Alex O'Brien, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got? Alex.
Oh, hey, what's up?
What's up, man? You're live with Dead on Dave. What you got, buddy?
I have one question to ask, right?
Make it fast. I was trying to get up out of here, man.
Yeah, okay. If you could have one match, anyone, ever, who would you have?
If I
out of every wrestling promotion?
Like me personally, I am going to wrestle a match against somebody?
Yeah.
Ric Flair. Ric Flair in his prime, because I know he'd take care of me.
Interesting.
I mean,
Alright.
you want the match to be amazing and you want to be safe. I can't think of anyone better than Ric Flair. I'm not athletic enough to make something work, at least not now. Maybe in my prime, I could have made something work with Shawn Michaels. That would be the dream because he's my favorite wrestler of all time. But Ric Flair is right there with him. And Flair in his prime, I mean, it's hard to go against him being the greatest of all time. I mean, it really is. In his prime, I don't know if
Yeah, it
anyone
is.
was better.
All right. I'll see you, mate.
All right, Alex, good call. Thank you. I appreciate it. Good stuff, Alex. Good stuff. All right. I think that's going to be the last caller. I don't know. We'll give you one more chance to call in on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura. And, of course, the number 702-751-2902. Yes, I messed it up. We got some cool stuff coming up as we get closer to Christmas. I'm going to do a live stream of my daughter and I building a gingerbread house, because that is going to be absolute fucking chaos. It is going to be a nightmare. You're going to see how bad of a father I truly am as I yell at my daughter and probably break the damn house, because my daughter makes me insane. She makes me absolutely crazy. So it's not good. But we're going to do it, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to do some other Christmassy type themes. Next week's Nerd and the Jerk will be Christmas focused. We're going to talk about some of the worst holiday stories ever told. So lots of good stuff, including this year, a Santa Claus telling a fat kid to lay off the pizza and burgers. Burgers and fries. Burgers and fries. All right. Thank you guys very much for joining me right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit that like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys very much for joining me. As always, I do appreciate it. Make sure you slap a like on it. We'll see you next time. As always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends like all of those sexy mofos on my featured page. Real Talk Metaphor Messiah, Tommy C's SFTP. I'll be there live tomorrow night for Shot from the Point Live. I'll be there. That's right. We're going to be having a good old time with Tommy and Jeff and the whole shebang-a-bang. Going to be a lot of fun. Make sure you're there for that. Also, Jeff the Huff Huffman, Grand Slam 87. Make sure you're checking him out. Guncannon 15. He's amazing as well. I mean, everybody's on there. Andre Corbiel's on there. Everybody's there. Make sure you go check everyone out. Thank you very much. Keep it copious. And peace.